All right, friends, welcome back to Follow the Money Radio. And again, we're joined by my good friend and longtime financial advisor, Mike Mitchell. Mike, it's great to have you here for another segment on retirement strategies. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be here, Jerry.
Well, we receive lots of questions here, as we've talked about before in the past. And today we're going to be talking about Social Security. We have a great question here from one of our gold members named Annie. She lives up in Crested Butte, Colorado. Here's her question, Mike. She says, I'm 62 years old and single. She puts widowed in parentheses, and she plans on working a few more years, especially with the current market volatility. She says, my question is related to Social Security. I'm wondering if it would be wise to begin taking my Social Security benefits early, or would it be better to wait until I reach full retirement age? I know I would receive a higher monthly benefit if I wait until my full retirement age, but I could use the extra income now to pay down some debt and invest more. Thanks for all you do, Annie G., a gold member from Crested Butte, Colorado. Now, she does mention, Mike, in this that she does have some debt to pay down. I don't know how much debt she has. She also wants to invest more. I would assume she would be investing for the purposes of retirement, of course, which is coming up soon, she says. So that's her logic. She's thinking about maybe taking it early to pay down debt and invest more versus, and it sounds like she might be able to do without the income because she was just going to use it for other purposes. So if she doesn't necessarily have to have the income now, is it a good idea?
Yeah. There are several layers to that particular question that I think it bears kind of focusing on. The very first thing that I would ask her to think about is, the priorities, the levels of concern that she does have about debt and where she stands with regard to debt, as opposed to her actual income needs. I think it certainly makes sense to pay down the debt. That always should be a very high priority for everyone. But you should also keep in mind that when you start taking benefits early, at age 62, that's the earliest that you can take them. You have to remember that you are about to take a permanent reduction of your Social Security benefits. That the other component that plays into that whole discussion is the issue of health and longevity. So if you're starting earlier on less money and you're very, very healthy and you've got maybe a very long time to live, there's longevity in your family background, which is always kind of murky. That's always a murky topic to get into because you never know. It's not an automatic given that if you have longevity in your family background, that's going to extend to you as an individual. But it does come into play when you're taking benefits early and you're taking a reduction of benefits. So I would say that needs to be looked into, pegging the priority of just, how much debt you have, how much income you really need from taking benefits early, and interfacing that with your health and your longevity questions. Keeping in mind that you're going to be establishing a permanent reduction of your Social Security benefits. Those all have to be calculated into a decision like that.
Yeah, it can definitely change the whole trajectory of your retirement. It all depends, on how much money she has in debt repayments that she has to make, how much money she has in investments now. And the current market volatility, since she brought that up, let's just talk about that briefly. I know that really won't age well if someone's watching this, say, 2 or 3 years from now, but just for those who might be encountering future market volatility, if they're seeing this video, right now we're living through a time of great market volatility. What impact should that have on her decision? Is it an important thing to keep in mind? At her age, at 62, what kind of advice would you have for someone who may be concerned about market volatility?
Well, it's vital. I mean, it's probably one of the most important questions people who are facing retirement or about to go into retirement, or maybe who are actually in retirement, need to deal with. And that is, if your income, that your retirement income is somewhat tied to, fixed levels of income, and possibly you're pulling from established investments, market volatility can knock a big hole in that really, really fast. And so I think by its very nature, being able to position yourself with less risk in the period of time that you're going to be going through retirement, and maybe have restricted income levels, or having a greater dependency on investment positions, market volatility can be a very problematic issue. So I think you really need to pay close attention to your risk tolerance when it comes to retirement and market volatility.
Good insights from Mike Mitchell. He's a part of our Christian Advisor Referral Service. I would imagine if Annie wants to reach out to you directly, I'm sure she'll hear this, she could reach out to you directly and get very specific information. There's probably also other people out there, Mike, who are listening to this and saying, I have similar questions about my Social Security. If they want to talk to you directly, explain to them how they can do that.
Yeah, we have a toll-free number that anybody can call directly into us and get a conversation started. That number is 833-370-0777. And they'll be able to get directly to me through that call, and we'll certainly reach back out to them quickly if they can leave a voicemail. If they don't get us live at that point, certainly there's an opportunity for a voicemail. But if they'll call toll free 833-370-0777, we would love to have an opportunity to have a conversation with them.
If you have a question about Social Security, retirement strategies, even market volatility and how to handle it as you near retirement, give Mike Mitchell a call. He's part of our Christian Advisor Referral Service. We've been working together now for many, many years. It's such a pleasure and an honor to work with you, Mike, to help these people who, so many people need a money guy. And I'm so grateful that you're there to help. So we'll look forward to this again next time. And until then,
Absolutely.
God bless you, my friend. Thank you.
You too, Jerry. Thanks.